Rasanya enak, ada macam-macam mainannya. Kinder Joy, kebaikan patut dihargai dengan hadiah.
Pakai kiriman instan paling murah di Grab. Baru, Grab Express instan hemat.
Like you said, it's not too much in terms of tactics because it's only been just really the one rifle round being played, but Cap could call a little bit of a set play, maybe see if they can get an early advantage. It's one thing you can do on the backside of this.
I mean, I think the adjustment, just looking at the minimap here for Sentinels, is going to be to have Zekken set up early with Astra and Teho utility to lock down B long. Look here, he's got 30 seconds off the back of this gate crash to play aggressive B long, and then he's got another one, so a minute on the clock where he can lock down B alone.
G2 are making moves.
He's going to be under pressure here because this is a B split.
It is. No one's really going to try and watch his back in. Forced to go back into a defensive position. He's postured away from the angle. G2 have lane control through main. Steel Gardner's going to be getting a ton of useful, not just information. I mean, Zekken's just pushed out into the open. Perfect timing with the peek from Leaf.
They knew it left a little gap there and he covered it with the op. It's so good from G2.
A plant down on top of it.
Halls is about to get annihilated with Teho util.
And here it is, salvos. You pushed G2 forwards, but they're backing away. They're saving.
They're saving! 4v5 on B, allowing G2 to get up to 11 in that spot. I mean, we very rarely see big saves like this. Yeah. The strat worked perfectly for G2 coming out of this. We've got enough time with the save to watch it all in slow-mo. G2 are not even thinking about going hunting for guns yet. They're like, all right, now surely the retake's coming through at some point, right? This is...
It's a really hard spot the center have just been pushed into because of what we were talking about during the timeout. Because of how important the guns are.
Yeah, their economy is in tatters. It's, what, your chances of winning a 4v5 retake in a spot like that, probably about 20%, maybe less.
Yeah.
So... yeah, probably less, probably more like 15 if you're looking at the numbers. So it's the percentage play. But this match so far has been defined by Sen taking those risks and being rewarded for it. And now you're giving the game to G2 a little. No room for error here.
It's 5 in a row for G2. Looking to make it 6. Stepping forwards. It's a flash and a dart. It's going to clear the way over towards A main. Drone. Making it feel like they're trying to go a bit of an A exec, and it's pulling players away from them, and it is essentially looking like a bang. With a bit of spam, making sure to lock down that spot in a position. It's just the one choke point to worry about. There's that late lurk from Leaf, which could be a bit of a problem, but now Sen are using a drone, just trying to clear this one out, and they just see Leaf, so they know exactly what's going to be occurring. Potential to catch these players. Valen's just spraying down, committing into the rifle play. Jonah P hard committing. He's going to be stepping up onto the site now. Wincon's needed for G2 here. Sees at the feet. He's going to be locking it down on top of it. There's going to be smokes in the face. A cosmic divide. Pure chaos. And not a lot to play with. Trent still sticking. Nothing from Sentinels to push this one back, but they're happy to wait it out. Zekken, he's got a dimensional drift for this retake. He's going to be joining his team momentarily as soon as this cosmic divide dissipates.
This is going to be a late retake attempt because Zekken was so far away.
Time to turn up the tempo. Jonah P, did he make a sound cue here? He has to be potentially that knife in the back, but no. Reveals it early, just gets the one before the trade comes through. Leaf watching up and over the angle. Flash is not doing too much at all. Zekken, Shorty knocks him down. 4 bullets left. Unbelievable.
Superstar performance from Zekken. Hits the Red Bull clutch in a spot that you should never see somebody win. They had to wait for him to go all the way. Marching from B to A, rips the dimensional drift and somehow takes it. What was this? He used 3 different weapons for the 3 different kills. But the shot on Leaf is spectacular. It's a pre-fire, anticipating that peek through. What a hero. What a hero when Sen needed it. They would have been out of the game.
Truly. They truly would have. Let's put the op into Zekken's hands. Adds a bit of extra bite to the defense. Got to deal with that util though. That's going to be spotting it out. Flash up and over the top. Jorgamo, do you dare step over this? Sees, don't think that connected. Does not indeed. He's going to be spamming around to the corners, into the common positions in case there are some Sentinel players lurking around. John with the reclear now, getting the drone in, but this
Zekken fighting Trent over towards A main.
Yeah, fluidity from Sentinels, trying to make a go of it. Just barely a shoulder to the jiggle. But a shot missed, nevertheless. Thorns at the feet of the G2 players. Narrate just going for a bit of a peek.
Bold, very bold.
Leaves it to the 4v4.
No util, no double swing. Is Zelsis going to go for a jump up here?
40 seconds left. Zelsis could be that playmaker, tucked to the corner into this spot.
He's in a tough position because
wall's
they've given up the whole of B-Link.
The wall's going to give him a gap to play in, though. If they trigger this, put it up, and it's going towards his site. Starts it down, dodges the flash. Shocks are flying forwards, but the Thorn's still dead anyway. That dart is inside the smoke. They are unaware of this, and here's that corner! And the collapse from Sentinels. Put him in the vice grip. Jorgamo, let's do a lot from this spot. It's only 9 seconds remaining. The tap, but it's discipline now. In from Sen, and they realize that they've won it. That was just bang securing the round.
There was a couple milliseconds there, honestly, where Jorg might have been able to get the spike down, but chooses to play for the attack side op instead. 11-8. G2 take a tactical timeout here. And Sen, they've got themselves back into it. It was looking absolutely dire.
Dia cover sama ini
But
dulu.
with 2 big rounds. I mean, especially from Zekken, the one prior that we watched, the 1v3.
Bagus ini sih.
They've managed to cut the gap. In that round as well, so one of the big adjustments coming out of the tactical timeout that Kaplan took, going into round 17, was that they wanted Zekken to fight for extremities more. They had 2 rounds where Zekken pushed up deep on B and had to teleport away to halls. And in this last one, Zekken was part of like the skirmish, let's say, over towards Art, and then went on a re-clear to try to fight Trent. And that means it's not so much that people are dying in A main for G2, but G2 are not controlling A main at any point, and that makes A splits really difficult. It almost takes them off the table. Good luck running an A split if if you're going to be running into Zekken in that area. So that's one of the things that I think Josh RT will be assessing. Is it worth it to be trying to invest more resources over towards A, or should we just assume that Sen are leaving B quite weak and start trying to find Zelsis?
It's a lot to think about. G2 trying to play this attack now. As you mentioned, just trying to piece together a way to work around what Zekken has been doing as his adjustments himself. He's still got the operator in hand. He's probably not going to be meeting too many players, but you never know. Bit of presence from mid, but for G2 here and now, it's drone sent out, flying forwards towards B. The goal might be to try and spot the operator. Does clear it out close.
This to me looks like they're going to try to push back Zekken if he is over towards B, and then go for an A re-clear. I don't know if we're going to see them go straight into a B split though, perhaps. Alan and Jonah are drifting back towards the middle of the map. But it's a B-leaning default anyway, whereas usually they've been going towards Art or B-Link.
Yeah.
So Josh has adjusted something, and yeah, it is going to be that late round, mid-round kind of re-clear towards A main. And I think they'll be expecting to meet Zekken here. It would be most standard, but Narrate's just given away that it's the Fade cover in this spot now.
It just needed the mid-round info with that Prowler.
He can't fight it as well as Zekken would be able to. Fade doesn't have the ability to teleport out.
Looks like he's still going to square up, though. Just jiggling. A few bullets laid off, and he does have the knife full as well to try and help him out. Decay kicking in, but not enough to stop those bullets. Trent, full speed ahead. Now he's getting a move on. A quick tap, seeing if there is that response in terms of the util, and with the smokes in the face of Zekken. Can't quite make a play. Holding down some of this ground. It's critical for the Sen retake occurring here, and for G2, they're looking to take it one step further. They've lurked their way all the way through, in through the back. There's a slight gap into the window, but it's being watched for. Shorties! My God, just finding the cranium, and Jorgamo just backs himself in through main. The 2v4 in the blink of an eye with the Hunter's Fury at that. Tail end of it, getting that damage, flash through. into the
Rapi
smoke.
banget, Cok.
There's no respite.
Sumpah
It's
G2 ini
for
juaranya, Cok.
G2. And 4 chances for Sen to try and claim OT.
Lovely value coming out of the back of the tactical timeout from Josh RT. I really like that B-leaning default into the A-main reclear. Don't quite understand what Narrate was thinking, holding his space there. Throwing out the Nightfall is fine, but you got to play behind cover and wait for your teammates to play in. He just tried the wide swing.
It's okay.
G2 slow, controlled, getting their heads back into the game, making sure they prioritize those fundamentals. And now they're on that point.
This is where it's going to get just the utmost difficulty for Sentinels to try and hold this one back. Dimensional Drift, Jorgamo is going to grab that information once more. It's going to be using it to see if he can set the path and clear the way. They know the wall's not quite there. Jorgamo knives out to try to bait that fight out. Still Jorgamo, how is he getting the one before the trade comes through? Shorty's out, and the players are just flooding their way back in. This is desperation from Sentinels, but is it going to be enough? Not quite. G2, they even up that scoreline. It's 1-1 in the maps. And Valen just testing the crowd, arms up in the sky. Got a long way yet to go with his best of 5.
Jogemo.
In theory, Sentinel's map pick, but in a series like this where G2 had double map elimination, not sure how much you can really play into that fact. G2 though look like they're back in terms of that team coordination and confidence in terms of the plays that they're taking too. Was it the cleanest map we've ever seen from them? Not necessarily, but it's a good bounce back based on what we saw on Split. 1-1 and anybody's game. I'm inclined to agree with Masayoshi. We've got a hell of a BO5.
We absolutely do. Being treated here between these two teams as well. Massive step up. Absolutely do. Being on the cards, a title potentially for G2. They're desperate to earn that themselves. Hell of a way to go yet until we get to that point still. It's Abyss up. Coming up next for map number 3. Don't go anywhere.
Kelas. Sumpah G2 ini juaranya, Cak. Sayang banget. Lagi kuat banget G2. Ini orang yang nonton tidurnya 246, Cok. Mau lah juga gua kayak gini, Cok. Begini doang, Cok. Yang nonton 240 orang, mau juga gua. Hanya cosplay jadi pisang 18 juta, mau gua jadi pisang, gua jadi monyet, gua mau gua. Kalau begini ceritanya mah.
Buat apa aja kalau gitu. Kudanya gerak pas dia gerakin kuda harus bisa aja kuruduk.
Kalau pionnya, sialnya kalau mau gerak harus tanya dulu ke balai kota.
Kamu anak raja bukan? Mana Sudibyo. Kita sakit ya, guys.
Kita sakit. Kita nggak boleh gini, guys. Udah, guys. Aku dari tadi udah nangis berkali-kali, guys. Apa?
Lo tidur aja bro, istirahat.
Sini.
Gak kuat kan lo?
Sini. Iya kan? Catur nih.
Betul.
Ya kita enggak, tapi tujuan gua at least salah satu dari kita itu nggak usah menang deh, menyulitkan aja.
Bikin dia gak mungkin nih. Kita udah bahas, gak mungkin.
Kamu kan udah dibahas nggak mungkin.
Gak mungkin.
Kita nggak mungkin dulu.
Nggak mungkin.
Gitu ya?
Kayak
Gue ada senjata rahasia.
apa?
Pas gue lagi main, gue kan suruh si TP epilepsi.
Tolong.
Khawatir.
Kan gue pasti di posisi lu sih kan. Gue tuker entah.
Gue yang putih.
Kalau dia masih bisa comeback, gue kontol banget berarti.
Putih jalan duluan kan?
Putih duluan.
Gue udah tau kunci gue. Dia putih, gue sih. Jalan deh, rasis.
Maunya putih doang.
Putih doang.
Lu marah hitam lu.
Oh gila, rasis.
Mentalnya
Orang tidur aja yang nonton 20.000, 200 orang gitu juga. Nanti gua
Kalau
asing
pengen dijalanin
yang nonton sejuta.
Menteri
gua.
nggak mau jalan, gendut soalnya korupsi. Kayak gitu ya. Ini lagi lucu-lucuan.
Lu balik lagi deh ngentot.
Lu tidur lagi deh. Ngentot.
Lu balik lagi deh ngentot. Dari tadi udah lucu nih anjing. Dari tadi udah lucu nih goblok. Tidur lagi lu memek.
Papa cetur kita banyak. Gimana? Mainnya fair.
Fair.
Fair kan?
Fair, kita harus fair.
Dia ada ratu,
Hmm.
benteng 2 yang nggak boleh gerak, sisanya pion.
Pion. Kita nggak ada pion tuh.
Kita nggak ada
Itu
pion.
kuncungnya 2.
Kudanya 4. Masa kalah? Nggak mungkin kalah dong.
Gua bakal bikin ratu gua selingkuh sama rajanya.
Digoda. Jurusnya digoda ya.
Bukan drama, ngentot.
Jadi kalau posisinya udah deketan gini sebelah udah dia udah kalah tuh itu. Tergoda itu.
Gua bakal samperin tuh. Set tapi gak gua makan. Gak gua makan. Aku cinta sama kamu.
Mundur. Tarik ulur. Strateginya tarik ulur itu namanya.
Aduh Tuhan. Aduh ngentot. Aduh. Aduh. Aduh.
Capek, sumpah capek.
Capek Cok. Sakit banget tangan. Duh ngentot.
Tapi menurut lu GM Iren bakal marah nggak kalau dia datang? Kita lomba renang. Gaya katak terbaik ya.
Kan dia juga nggak tahu kan kita undang dia tuh untuk
Iya
apa.
kan buat apa dia nggak tahu kan? Iya.
Bener juga sih.
Ay Tuhan. Ay lucu banget Tok. Parah.
Marah sih tapi ini. Kayaknya marah.
Agak
sih.
tersinggung.
Tersinggung sih. Kayak sekarang kita nggak tahu kerjaan dia apa gitu.
Tersinggung sih.
Itu tersinggung sih.
Ada sih.
Ya, itu dia bikin thread di Twitter, kita nggak boleh marah sih
Facebook
ngentot.
card 100 juta anjing.
Dia story sih nggak boleh marah sih.
Nggak boleh marah. Pengalamanku di stream.
Alik. Gila live ini, Cok.
Americas, you got Golden Boy along with Mimi as well as Wyatt. We're going to break this all down. Something I wanted to talk about from that interview that Riv did with Josh RT was him talking about that first map. I remember him saying, you know, hey, we lost, it is what it is, but now we got these comfort picks. And it was kind of going to what you and I were talking about off camera, Wyatt, which was, you know, very clearly they had a strategy of like, let's see what happens on split. Didn't work out for them. Good thing for them though, Mimi. Pearl is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, it was a great bounce back, and they did struggle in some of the early rounds there, despite winning both pistols, both bonus rounds. The first half started to run away from them, but I think we saw Jojimo starting to try and make a lot of plays. Some of them didn't work out.
Aksen ceweknya lucu banget ya. Sumpah aksen ceweknya lucu banget ya.
Did a really good job of helping to bring the energy back for the team, having some big rounds of his own and rallying. And they had the time to do that, Wyatt, because of how successful they've been with these pistols and bonus rounds, not just in this map where they won both, but also throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah, that is the catalyst for this map. By the score, 13-8. I think looking more one-sided than it actually felt as you were watching it progress, because Sen were able to bounce back in that first half after going down early to the aforementioned pistol and bonus. They were winning a good amount of the gun rounds. Their play when they were on that attack side was really solid. The way that they were working
kencang banget anjing, Jogemo juga langsung ngeklik gitu anjir sama
you're not
gitu.
gonna win a match of Valorant when you're down like both pistols and like the bonus. Like
It's
you're
so
cooked.
tough
You're
to do.
cooked. You just can't do it.
And Sen, you heard in the clip when we were watching, Leaf was complaining they're playing so scrimmy, and that's what won them map 1.
Yeah.
Taking risks,
That
fighting
was
into
a big
smokes,
line.
getting ahead of what G2 was ready for. But G2 towards the end of this map, after that pause from Josh RT, really slowed slowed the game down a little bit. We're a lot more thorough in being ready for those forward plays, setting up the proper coordination between players we know them for, and that got them back into this series.
Yeah, that's what their comp is going to excel at.
Anjing
When
lucu
they're on
banget cuy
attack,
aksen
they can
ceweknya
take the
asli
game
dah.
slow, nullify that defensive aggression, and come out on top.
Well, we did get an opportunity to hear from the G2 camp. Let's jump over to the Sentinel side with Coach Kaplan, get his thoughts going into map 3.
Habis.
Here with Kaplan ahead of map 3, a split looks really great. Talk to me about what was going right there.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a bunch of plans. We figured, what are they going to try to do when they watch our VOD back, and let's get a step ahead. And I would say it worked really well, and we were shooting real straight, and they looked a little nervous.
All right, so looking ahead to map 3 now, what needs to be shored up from that map 2?
Yeah, I mean, we lost both pistols. It happens, but then we got set plans for the first guns, and we just goofed. We're in good spots and messed them up. So we're just going to make sure we're real drilled and make sure we nail those early rounds so we don't get snowballed.
Kaplan, thanks as always. Good luck in the series.
Ya. 30 detik. Gue bisa nggak ya kayak gini, Cok?
Gak usah disemangatin, bangsa. Boleh masukin ke obrolannya.
Cuma mau gini doang, 100 juta ya gitu. Kayak enak banget ya.
Datang YSGC dia marah ngentot.
Marah sih.
Marah.
Pokoknya dia masuk, kalian serang mental ya guys. Eliren.
Jangan anjing.
Jangan bercanda ya.
Jangan anjing.
Beneran dia sekali gerak 1 shot aja. Sloki.
Lawan 7. Terus media share on. Terus kayak dia mau gerak, Indonesia.
Pokoknya media share on siap dia lagi main gitu. Eren.
Tembak langit bareng GM dong.
Tembakin Ren. Ya Allah, gini banget sih tongkrongan ya. Aduh. Pagi tuh harusnya energi habis anjing. Ini nambah mulu.
Satu base pool udah berapa, Ren? Enggak, kalau dia jawab anjing. Kalau dia jawab 8 koma. Gue bilang ngentot.
Gue ngerti apa yang mereka bahas.
You see in mid, and I gotta imagine that either Johnny's going to be looking to break the very predictable placement of the rendezvous, or he's looking to just do damage and clear out that spot. Have to keep an eye on that one. Certainly was something that they could have gone for pretty heavily over towards Pearl as well.
Tuh Kamdar Jet. Oh enggak, Jogemonya
even more
ini
util on that
Yoru.
map to clear out, because they also had to deal with the Vice util. G2 not opting for the mid defense here as we get started in an important pistol. G2 are clearing out B with 4 players.
Deep push.
And no one to hear this.
No. All relatively unknown. The Sen side of things. Not that it's going to slow them down at all here. Leaf is primed and ready, at least onto their position. High ground, but postured away, back. And now, Ray ended up flying forwards to the Paranoia. It's an open site, so
full heaven
into this post plant. Yeah. Full heaven control, but unaccounted for.
It's only Bang watching it. Zelsis goes back as well to try to help with this.
And Salvo's just that primed and ready. Leaf dodges it, but here it is. Tapping to the foot, and the rifle, not quite as the pistols in hand. Jorger's doing enough for them. Overwhelming the presence that Sen are trying to get going over towards their defense, and that is just phenomenal work.
Exactly as they drew it up. The flank worked to perfection. Sentinels didn't actually have a good idea of where that retake was coming from. I thought that with Sen having only seen the chamber in backside, Teodron not being broken,
Lihat Jogemonya kenceng banget, Cok.
I thought they might read the fact that that was coming through the flank, but Bang didn't really have a teammate to play closely off. Timing slightly askew between him and Zelsis. And it's another pistol. You just heard it from the coaches, especially from Kaplan. It is very tough to win on a map if you're losing pistol and bonus rounds regularly. In the rifles, they were keeping it very competitive on Pearl. You can't afford to lose out on a trophy and think back and think, oh, well, it was just a pistol round.
Yeah. That's Valorant at the end of the day.
Hampir anjing.
Offloading his util just to evacuate, get the hell out of there. It's being swarmed and swamped because Sen have access towards this B side. I want to try and take the fight straight to them. On top of it, you can see them rattling forward to the pistol bullets, and this time Jorgamo not likely to survive. Lee hard committed off onto the corner. It's an aftershock at that. Trying to push them back and away. All being used here, and he just sees the shoulders peeking through on the sides of the smokes, and last-ditch effort and play by Sentinels.
Dapat 3
See if they can do that
trennya,
damage, maybe claim a
Cok.
couple of guns in the process, but
Anjing.
it's all contained by G2.
I do like what Sentinels are throwing out on their attack side after pistol eco rounds. We saw a really good one against MIBR as well. They're coming in here with ideas. They're trying to disrupt G2 and apply pressure to them.
Gue pengen lihat trennya dapetnya
That's
gimana
yet
itu dapat 3 di
unshaken.
situ anjing.
Here's this important rifle run. And this is the one that Kaplan was just talking about in the coach's interview, that I think the word he said was goofed. So Sen have got to make sure that they're playing with a bit of discipline here. And
Bye
watching
dong
out
si
for
Jauh
G2 to
Gemonya.
make the play, because normally
Force buy
initiative
anjing
is
Jauh
going to be
Gemonya.
with the team that has the lower weaponry.
Yeah.
Ya nggak ada tayangan ulangnya anjay.
Deep trademark in mid, giving them passive information. And Jorg is set up to go for a flash peek off Leaf's contact on B. Now this looks really similar to the pistol round setup for Sentinels. Narrate goes through mid, smokes himself off, paranoias, and they A split.
Narrate not committing towards it though, he's going to regroup with the rest of the team. Sending the drone forwards, just seeing Valen. Dash committal, seconds in on the site. Retake is the name of the game for G2.
John takes the orb, and now he takes the plant, and he's got Armageddon online, round 3, which is impressive, especially considering you don't win the pistol.
Dia kalau si Sentinelnya main kayak gini kenapa nggak pakai Cypher ya? Enak cok ngepus pakai Cypher.
The fragment grenade as well, so much util. Although there's the salvos used early from John.
It's the push and pull. Both sides just trying to exchange out that util as well, and seeing G2 hoping that they can get a better side of it. Zekken though, basically the only one playing forwards onto that. So Flash does connect. It's good in the process, but time is ticking away and it's running short at that. Narrate forwards and put in a bit of a pinch. The Armageddon has to be offloaded here. Means that nobody's going to be able to stick this one, but they're overlapping. A lot of their util still ticking. Leaf's been knocked off the map at some point.
Jatuh dong si Lemnya, jatuh anjing.
It's going to be that. That's the trouble when you take the time trying to get into these retakes.
And I had a questioning tone in my voice when I was saying that John used the salvo early. But actually, with the salvo and with Zekken fighting on site, it made G2 pretty confident they were running an on-site post-plant setup.
Yeah.
And so G2 ended up investing a lot of utility to try to get through this smoke here that we're watching. Whereas instead, G2 are a good enough team if they realize you're playing full off-site, they're holding onto all of that util and then chucking it at you in A main. And getting a much earlier tap on the spike, it must be said as well. So nice awareness from Sen. Playing things in a pretty advanced way. Narrate continues to pick up this almost like Cypher duty, where you go forwards in mid, throw out the smoke, break the door.
Just applying pressure onto the A players as they go into that hit. The setup from G2 again, they had a familiar one to the prior one, so this is open sight and open access for Sentinels.
They've realized that G2 are not fighting for this area of the map, so they're getting free plant.
Yeah.
Can't argue with it.
You can put in a test towards G2 to see how well they can retake. With an op in the hands of Leaf too, it's going to be slowing them down a step. Drone is used to clear the way. Broken. Tight to the corner, not anticipated. John QT playing ahead of the curve when it comes to G2, seeing if they can at least make a way for it, but it's that rolling retreat that's being ordered for, and Zekken hitting. Still a lot to tangle, and still Valen with the 2, but Trent left alone now in a 1v2, and it's just not doable. Guardian in the hand. It's Narrate to make short work.
Susah kalau misalkan dikasih masuk dulu, Cok.
If you think about the defensive setups we've seen from G2, you're worried about mid, because that's where Leaf and Jorgamo can both be playing in tucked positions behind boxes. You are actually worried about B main as well, because that's where the operator is going to be a large amount of the time. You're also worried about that jump spot that Leaf has been playing with the chamber in A main. But as long as you hard clear A main, Sen are looking pretty good for it. An eco round here for G2. And if they want to make some kind of adjustment, it wouldn't really be for this round. You don't want to don't want to showcase your strategic change too early.
Smoke at the feet, no slowing down for Sentinels though. And Jorgamo! My God, man, he's doing backflips in the air trying to contest with that.
And they steamroll the B site. A big exec knocking G2 like Skittles. It's going to get them up to other big ultimates that they can use in the post plan.
Yeah, Senna thinking about it as well.
John should be running.
Exactly, they're sending John in, take these fights because, again, he's one away from the Armageddon once more.
To be honest, he doesn't even need to really die in this spot or get the kill, because that ult orb over in A main is pretty free, but he's going to get it anyway. Right, coming into this next round, if G2 don't take a tactical timeout, they've got to be thinking about how to stop Sen from taking A main control. Yeah. And whether that means doing the bunny hop play from Leaf, or whether that means having some kind of fault line play off someone's contact.
Trouble is, Leaf can't really play in the standard way that he has been in the past because of his Tejo pick. It's just enough of a curveball that he's got to think about knife being played by Zelsis and also the salvos, because, yeah, could be mentioning it. It's predictable when he goes for that play. You know exactly where he's going to be putting that rendezvous, and you can see them here, Senna doing it.
Yeah.
Up at the library and where the TP to common spot is.
So really trying to make life difficult for Leaf. He has the outlaw. And this time, Sen already trying to stay one step ahead, anticipating the change from G2 and hitting B.
It's a big ult. There's no gaps at all to play within, and Valen was hard committed to the one side. He was just trying to bail out his teammate that was Jorgamo, but TP's backs away, and that's, oh my, it's all going apart, isn't it, for G2? Dimensional Drift, the Hunter's Fury, any attempt to salvage this fight. But the tags, okay, landing in the end was Zekken cleaned up, and that's a plan. Still not committed, but Sentinel's now going into the next wave of things here. Jumping down, flash forwards, but the shot's missing, going wide of the Outlaw. No damage done, no kills to be found. G2 still making this awkward, but Sen, make sure they defend their IGLs back and make sure that they can't step over it still. Not accounting for that. Leaf rips it off the shoulders. A 2v3, they got to take a step, okay. The pull forced out, and Leaf left to do it all in this spot. Taps out wide, that's just the first layer of things, and now he's going to worry about the flanks, okay. There is that level of awareness, even taking a fight towards it and isolating it, but no bullets left. Gets the reload, time ticking against him, but only 18 health to work with, and there he knows it. The combo and the rest of his team, communication is clear. Goes for that jump spot with a shorty just to seal the deal.
Sen are looking like the same form that they were in on Split in terms of being ahead of the game. John is reading stuff really well, and I'm super impressed with the anti-stratton that they've got going on. To shift up their composition, add the Tejo in, and be so aware of the threats that G2 have around the map.
It's not about how we do it, it's not about how we do it.
So that's the Sen motto for when they get a sloppy round win, basically. It's not about how we do it, it's just about that we do it. But to be honest with you, I'm pretty content with what I'm seeing from them. I feel like the execution's decent. John was in a pushed up position there, so you see him use the salvo early. And the rest of Sen managing to mitigate Leaf even when he had, as you pointed out, great awareness. Josh RT needs to have this tag time out with his team because they made the adjustment themselves and it didn't work. So now coach input required.
Probably not even going to be for this round as well. I mean, G2, the money is dire.
Yeah, it couldn't get worse.
They might cook up a little bit of an eco play. I mean, I've got the preview. I can see the mini-map of where G2 are currently collected. Looks like they want to try and take a peek down mid to see if they can get some kills. It's been the playbook when G2 are on ecos.
But Sen are doing such a great job of playing some people on site and some people off. They're not full retreating, so they're not allowing G2 to get easy retakes.
Yeah. It's just enough where G2 have to respect it and use util, but not enough that they can just kind of waltz in, run, not clear the corners.
And one thing that also means is that if G2 commit super heavy to this mid push, there will be multiple players waiting for them, playing passive off-site post-plan positions. Although, got to say, the timing they've taken here is so early.
Yeah, it's just bang left to contain this mid push that's occurring as well. Oh my, he's in Astral form. They've slowed it down.
Look, he doesn't even think about it.
Already passed, but I think he spotted them anyway! It's too late! That slightest of timings, and bang left to pick up the pieces. And these players off onto the flank. The dart is going to be dealt with, and now it's Trent who's been put under a bit of a squeeze Has to offload that util just to see if he can buy some space and time. And even with that discipline, trying to slow down a shot to the Sheriff, it's Bang that still contains the pace.
Leaf's got a potential to win this one if he was in position to take any fights with the tour de force, but instead it's going to be on Jorg, I think, hitting something absurd if G2 want a chance.
Just jump peek through the wall, he needs information, but we're first off, and, well, okay. Leaf there. The TP back behind, he's not going to anticipate this. It was all obfuscated. Wait a minute! Speak too soon! And now, hold on, he's going to be able to get half with this. The star was late to be placed. He's sticking it all the way. He's sticking it all the way. Bang thinks it's a fake tap! Bang thinks it's a fake tap! What a clutch! Even Al just not expecting it, and the kill to round it out. Leaf has just stolen a round away from them. Was he in Astro form? Could he not hear that he was sticking that?
I think it must have been. He was the last player alive, and he's in Astral form as the tap goes, because he's placing the star. I think he just missed the sound cue, to be honest.
Yeah.
But...
Ooh! That's my chamber. That's my chamber.
And that's the first time that these last couple of rounds, because Leaf almost pulled off a bit of a clutch previously, this is where you're really seeing the Leaf from kickoff 2025 so far.
Yeah, it's rearing its head. Despite the Teo pick that they're using to try and punish the common positions that Leaf wants to play in. Pushed up towards Library, where his TP might be laying. They hit a jump spot. Zekken peeking through into the smoke. It's going to be fading. No danger though, no players to receive him just yet. Dash is going to be fading away on top of it. Might be incentivized to try and get some value done. Just going to be removing the drone. Still steps up to the challenge.
G2 only just picking up these timings. It feels like Zekken was good, possibly for a couple. Like, what is this from G2?
As the smoke drops down so Zekken can recross, I mean, it's just instinctual.
Yeah, just reading the timing play there so well. It looked like Zekken had almost caught it.
Can't snap to the drone in time. He's going to be suppressed here, and Leaf is in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, has to respect that now, so he's going to be cleared out towards A. Sen, get access to the site once more.
Narrate's doing a great job on this pinch as well. All of the mid control that they've been getting, he's been playing for Heaven control in a lot of these A splits, and it gives them much better post-plant positions.
He's going to be that real difficult player. Out towards the link. No command. Waves coming outwards. Senna holding this one tooth and nail, playing ahead of the Cosmic Divide. They know they have to play up onto the side, but G2 have got all their plays towards the backside of it. John needs one and potentially even more! Calls for the collapse and calls for the help of the rest of his team to put an end to what G2 were aiming for.
Beautiful round from Sentinels. Even despite Zekken getting timinged and spun through that smoke, they take full mid control. John Cudy's Teho, insane value, insane impact. Pushing back Leaf and stopping him from taking early positions, and then drones into...
Teho-nya si John Kitty katanya most value. Alik, Cak. Emang Tejo nih
Teven control and then is the backstab against the retake. Every game plan here from Sen is working. It feels very similar to Split.
Yeah.
Their anti is, or not even just anti, the anti plus the game plans that they've specifically come in with today to mix things up. They look brilliant.
Yeah, and it's forced the second time out of G2. This is just the first half. We're only into, round 9 coming up, but you can feel the pressure on G2 now. It's a scenario as well in this best of 5 where G2 should have the advantages. They can, push the map pool into any direction they want without fail. And yet, still, it's Sentinels coming in with just these little twists and turns that are adding to their composition. They're thinking about ways to disrupt the game plan from G2.
Josh RT is looking to try to make the adjustment, get his team back into the game. I think G2 are getting, having a real struggle when they don't have the ability to threaten Leaf or Jorg playing mid. It removes so much information. It's not even the threat of just getting a pick, it's also that they then have rotates cut off. They lose vent control. They have to worry so much about mid, so it weakens the sites.
Everyone grouped up from Sens. Going up against the eco for G2. Round where they would love a miracle, but unlikely to happen. Drone heard for... Joe's just trying to break this one as well, deny that information, but go button's going to be called. Zekken, he's got that dash active. Got to wait for the util load to try and make a go of things, and there's a dart up and overhead on either side as well. It's trying to be counteracted by G2. They definitely play towards the sound cues, but they are just lining up for him. Up and above onto heaven. Maybe there's timing to be taken, but the flashes are picture perfect. Everybody blinded up. One away from the ace. Leaf is miles away.
It's technically better to give it to John Cutie here because he'll be able to get a...
He's getting the
he's getting the ult orb anyway from the
cheers of the crowd.
Yeah.
Nggak mau masuk.
Leaf,
Nggak mau masuk ke highlight ini.
player, throws himself.
Tapi memang di sini lebih enak ini nggak sih? Lebih enak.
And that is the overwhelming pressure from Sen and from Zekin in this round. It is absolutely flawless. Even with the Kalat in there too. But Josh RT's tactical timeout is for this next round, round 10. They're not as worried about the fact that they almost got aced there. It's all about whether or not they can string a few more together on their defense side. And Sen will be reluctant to allow them.
Still smiles for G2. In the salvos, just in case.
Yeah, same kind of setup. They're not actually using the salvos A main, so, you know, Leaf could be going for that A main jump kind of control. But he hasn't tried it once this game, I don't think.
No, it's a much more passive setup. Taken, as you mentioned before, it's like this trap play.
Yeah, this is the trap play. So Leaf is on an off angle. He takes contact and Jorgamo flashes in.
Is the Armageddon going to be there in time? It's a flash as well.
Yeah.
Take that timing with plenty of shots. But just the composure, the aim not quite there. It's a stressful scenario to be placed in, that's for sure. And with it, Leaf and Jorgamo of
disaster. Absolute disaster for G2.
Got a save.
I think Sen was super ready for that. That's something that G2 have run before, a trap play that they've relied on a couple of times in this map already.
Yeah.
And you see the positioning of the Armageddon. I mean, if we get to watch it on the replay, it may have been that Jorgamo was actually forced to take that timing because the Armageddon was on top of him over towards danger at Cliff.
It's a little bit hard to see.
Whether or not he was forced, he still had an opportunity to get at least one. He just couldn't quite land the bullet.
Sentinels, one of the best teams that I think we've watched at making sure that they know the small gaps and windows of opportunity that Taeho gives you to take those fights as well. It's not necessarily the threat of the ult, like the Armageddon, you can't really stand your ground against it, but look at this. They deal with this handedly. Didn't catch the kill onto Leaf, but he's trying to evacuate into heaven and they're just spamming him.
Yeah. They have extremely good awareness of how that's going to affect Leaf. And Jorg, though he wasn't completely forced.
Look at this Gooner, bro, just playing exits.
That's a first on broadcast.
Look at that Arsenal fan.
Yes, yeah.
Look at that fan of the soccer team.
Arsenal mentioned.
Goodness,
that's what he was referring to.
Wow, that's a
Masih aja
bold
ngefan
one. That's taken me out.
Arsenal.
That's funny.
Okay.
That is funny. Familiar scenes from Leaf. This time Suppressor. That was a knife towards the back, and he is caught into the angle. It's good for the orb, but he's got so much util at the back feet and a flash into his face as well. It's purely full uncomfortability. But Leaf survives. Enough time board as well for him to just reposition with the rendezvous.
Yeah, but they've got them completely contained on B. I mean, look at these positions from Valen and from Jorg.
Yeah. No exit plan for Sentinels. You're going to have to batter your way through this one. Square up, take the fight straight to them. Everyone really quite close and personal up onto the site. No one playing off to a degree, and that's back open wide. Zelsis now going to be coming to the fights occurring, and decisions need to be made. Sentinels, they have to carve out a path. There's only 2 of them remaining. A 2v3, there's timing still. Clone dealt with, and Leaf, by this time, wait for his team to slowly collapse onto him. He is low though, brings it that 2v2. It's still uncomfortable for Sentinels, but it's definitely winnable, and it comes down to a fight. Bang wins it, 1v1, unable to capitalize. Valen.
Nge-whiff, gua Jorgamonya lagi nge-whiff, Cok.
Valen has been there for his team today. He's had them, guiding them through some difficult rounds, but they are needing it. You see him after he wins this one, staring up towards the ceiling, praying for another one to come his way, or maybe just taking a breath after how frantic these moments are. It feels Herculean for G2 to get rounds today, which is such the opposite of what we've seen from them in kickoff. Everything has looked too easy up until this point. Yeah. This is the first time they've been tested, and my God, what a test it is. G2 need another to make this look competitive.
Anjing Jorgamonya miskin mulu, Cok.
Going back to the well of these A splits by the
Kagak
look of
main
things.
anjing nih, Cok.
Big presence from G2 up through mid.
Look at this.
Almost on the ropes.
Salvo saved this round, Brent, so not used in the same spots. And at this point, you've already conditioned Leaf. He's not going to start the round in those kind of areas.
Yeah, and feels a bit impromptu.
But the Teho drone is so fast at being able to clear out both A main and the site.
Trent is hyper committed. Needs to make a play. His back just opens up wide. He somehow gets two, and he's still alive. Alive and kicking, and ripping Sentinels to shreds. The slightest of windows, and he capitalizes, jumps on it, pounces on it almost immediately, and a refight taken out towards A main. This is Rapid. Shock darts, trying to force him out wide. Jorgemode has a spike drop down on top of it. Bang! Needs to go for another re-swing, and he's found two of his own. 3 total into the round. It would have to be an ace. 2 left to stand. The smoke gonna be fading just in a moment. He hears the footsteps and knows what to expect.
They don't know he's here.
They don't know. He's crossed up onto the corner, opened up into the shoulder, and a trade in sight for Jonah P.
Well, Trent has just given them a miracle. We didn't get to see it. I mean, the observers expected Trent to die. He should have died.
Yeah.
The entry player, the Teho drone, they created a spot where Trent was only able to occupy a tiny little area in his anchor position on A, and yet somehow he gets 3 out of this, playing off the flash from Jonah P wonderfully, and then comes back to deal with Zekken.
Trent being the opener and a closer of that final round, exactly what G2 needed.
Nice! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Feeling it and keeping his team in it. And we're going to be sending it down to Riv as well. We're standing by, and listen, this is purely coincidental, but he's standing by with Trent's dad and brother.
Thank you, gentlemen. Before the next half, I am here with Trent's dad and brother, Jason and Hunter. Thank you so
Bapaknya
much for joining me. We
Trent
actually just saw Trent get a triple, so that's got to feel good. But otherwise, friends, family out in Forest, how's it feel to be here at the arena?
Oh, this is awesome. I love this. We come out here a lot and just cheering him on. Excited for Bangkok.
Heck yeah. You watch a lot of EMEA, Hunter. How do you feel like we're matching up right now here in Americas versus the squads?
You know, I do watch a lot of the different regions. I think it's interesting because we usually stay ahead. We practice a lot, so we usually stay ahead on the comps and the metas. And I see that we're playing a lot of Yoru, and some other teams over in EMEA are playing a little bit different comps. So I'm excited to see how that matches up in Bangkok.
And being Trent's brother, was there ever like a timeline when you're beating Trent in games? Is there ever a time after one of these games you're like, hey man, I kind of saw you did something wrong? Is it like that?
It's funny, I grew up playing like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike and stuff, right? And if he wants to play me in that, I'll whoop his ass. But he's definitely way better than me at Valorant. I've played a few times. I'll text him after the games. I think last time we played Sen on Pearl, I texted him after the match, and he had like a flick on Pearl, like guy was coming out of art, and or he was coming out of main, and he was looking at art, and he flicked back over to main and got him. I texted him after that. It was pretty cool.
Awesome. And final question for you before I let you enjoy the game. Jason, looking at how everything has gone here, you got to sit now with Sen City in the crowd. They're so loud. Jonah P last time said every time Sen gets a frag, you hear that crowd. How's it been trying to out-cheer them and just get there for G2?
Oh, it's tough. Sentinels has a big crowd here. It's tough. We try, we whistle, we scream. Hopefully they can hear us.
All right, well, I'm sure they'll hear you for next half. Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate your time. And best of luck to the team in the game. Back to you.
I love that. I mean, just channeling the older brother energy. I mean, that's a big fan of whatever that was, man. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure I could find a single game that I could beat Trent in, to be honest with you.
No, absolutely not.
Where'd I have to take him? Like checkers or something? Study for months, I don't think I could win.
Connect 4.
Yeah. All right, G2, the pressure is still on them. They got a couple of big rounds there with clutches. Valen and then Trent coming out with a triple anchoring.
There's Leaf trying to play ahead of that one way before it blooms and blossoms up onto the corner. Smoke drops down into the feed, jumps forward, he sees the head, and that's a lot of bullets rattled off and away. Wait a second.
Siapa yang jatuh itu?
Clone gone.
Oh,
Okay,
clone
tripping out for a
anjing.
second. All good. Zelsis ahead of the smoke. And he's trying to play ahead of that timing. Narrate from the backside as well. They're anticipating that G2 are going to go for that refight. And one step ahead from Sentinels. Pistol round. Lying in wait for them, but not out of the danger zone just yet. It's a quick wrap around, a quick pivot from G2. Making their way over towards B.
Sen have needed a pistol. I mean, they're already ahead. They're 7-5 up, right? But they lost both of the pistols over towards Pearl. They were losing some like bonus round situations as well. So they'll feel like one is owed to them at this point. A 4v3, but also a spot where you don't really know where these post-plant positions are going to be. You're expecting G2 to go for some kind of play. They're down people. Leaf, he's only got a classic to be able to work with here. Burned up pretty much all of his headhunter bullets, though he has one left if he wants to do something stylish.
That's damage done to Zelsis.
It should be Sen's round.
It should be. Steps forward. I mean, that was the low player, not even necessary. Slightly overkill, but it turns into the 3v3. Quick evacuation backing away. That's Utah going to be expended, and Zekken happy to peek off of it. Pushes Leaf into that unfavorable spot and position, and the shock darts flying forward. Still, they're low, and Zekken needs to hold the line, push them back. Sheriff in hand. He gets it done.
Weapon differential there from Zekken as well. You can't win a wallbang fight like that. Great positioning. Tucking himself on as far wide as an angle as he could take. And Sen take a pistol. Like I said, they'll feel like it was owed to them, but also, they've just been so good in the rifle round situations. They've still been playing G2 close.
Yeah.
Surely this is what it takes to push them over the line and get a 2-1 lead in this series. It's now Sen's map to win, I would say.
The 8 players from Sentinels, though. Zelsis going to be feeling tested and pressured, but not quite when Zekken's off by his side. Stun's still going to be connecting, going for the, oh my goodness, going for the flash peek around the side. It's going to be a nade knockdown, and they want to fight this one too, Van Nail. I was going to say it could be overzealous, but these guys are just winning it out regardless.
The ping pong play from Zekken and Zelsis is so good. When Zekken backs off, Zelsis flashes himself in. Impossible, and Jonah P purely prioritizing the ult orb there. A shutdown, meticulous.
Keeping this money nice and good for the Sentinels bonus round, just taking a peek at it. Levels of danger to it, but just holding it down towards A main in this one. Not dropping anybody, so there's the danger here. And
Zach.
They know.
Great little duo play. So where's he taking the Outlaw then? Over on that same off angle that we saw Leaf playing. So Leaf actually might end up taking contact here against the same spot. Although he's looking to just control this area rather than hunt for a kill, I would imagine, because he's the only player on G2 pressuring B.
Mid-control given up by Sen. They have to be scared of this. Enough time has passed now without too much noise. They hear the drone now finally. That through main. Knife's not going to be catching on to Trent, so just the full duration out of that drone. It can slowly creep towards A main, take back control. Probably going to be aware of the fact there was that refight, hard refight from Zelsis. A bit of a conditioning from him, so G2 need to be wary that they could pounce on their bonus.
Drone doesn't catch onto Jorgamo. Isn't deep enough to force out his gate crash either. No threat of the suppression, and this was what we were talking about earlier.
What a shot!
What is that?
Apa itu anjing?
He's so ready for it, though. He plays in that spot himself all the time.
He just knows the crosshair placement. That's a hard shot to hit. Even if you notice somebody there.
This timing might be hard to hit.
Still going for it. Wait, he's calling the players back over towards B.
He's using the trademark for info, trying to clear that spot, and Bang was in that spot just a moment ago.
And just that Jorgamo insert in through mid. Thriving in the chaos, a deep flash into the corner, and Array has no options whatsoever. Flawless from G2. Well navigated against the Sen bonus. There could have been danger there.
And I am already, and this is very early to say this, but I'm already a little worried about what Sen are doing in mid. They committed super heavy to the B trap, and that's fine. But they had a single Teho drone to re-clear through middle there, and otherwise, it looked like Jorg could basically run around and in the late part of the round do whatever he wanted. As soon as one of the G2 players gets a sniff of that, it's going to be difficult for Sen to hold on. One of the goals might be to try to force out that Teho drone as early in the round as you possibly can, because then it applies max pressure later on. Flash, fake teleport.
Yeah, really creating the threats in the back of the minds of the Sen players.
Paranoia from Narrate, but no re-clear actually, so they used the Omen flash, but still have to watch mid.
Spot in the corner as Zelsis throws out the knife. Largely dodged, I believe, in play. Shock darts up against it. Nate's still going to be good for it. Now a flash of his own, trying to play himself back in, but Jogan was way ahead of it. On top of it, flick on the wrist. I mean, what an adjustment by Leaf. They're picking centerpieces with their defense.
Mid is such a gap right now, and that means that all of the rotates have to go through spawn. They're so late, these rotates. Zekken can't even connect with the rest of the team. It's going to be a 3-person save. It's not really the A anchoring that is the problem in this round, even though it might look like that because they lost the site. It's the fact that you can't get in there.
Yeah, losing control of mid early, there needs to be the idea in Sen's mind.
And that's
why clear it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, even though it's right at the beginning of this half, it already looks worrying, actually, because the protocols are not really there. You saw in this round, Narrate throws a paranoia, and you got to expect, in his head, he's thinking, well, I'm throwing that for John. John is then supposed to swing out through a smoke and make sure there's no one there. But they're not willing to commit to that. All right, fair enough. Joe didn't like that skin that he was using. He'd like a different one, please.
Not sure if that was intentional. All good.
Kenapa dia mati, anjing?
But you put yourself in a rough spot here, Sen, actually, because it looked like they were going to run away with this. They had the, you know, the idea of winning a pistol. It's a good idea. And now they've got themselves in a spot where Jorg and Jonah P can sync up some kind of Yoru Breach combo. It's a bit concerning. G2 could close the gap.
The salvos, there's little gaps and windows of play there. Jump spot to see if they can see through mid. They know that Zekken is holding onto this operator. It's pretty apparent from the previous round at least.
Fake TP again. Narrate will have heard that. Does it force out drone from John?
And John's just jump spotting.
Yeah, I mean,
around.
Droning this early on in the round is terrible because then you've just got nothing to give you info when they might be going for an exec at the minute mark.
But this is literally rinse and repeat of what we just saw. I mean, G2 can go into this A hit, wait the drone, aftershock into the corner. That's meant to be the punish. So John's forced to cancel and just, whoops, get the hell out of there.
Leaf can't cross.
And still gets out with the one.
Leaf cannot cross. How's he crossing?
Yeah, this is it. Risks need to be taken, but as a roll in front, then it's going to be knocking you sky high. Zelsis, can he still stay alive and kicking? Threading a needle, Trent just trying to get himself way into the side here, but a spam and an off offloaded with the ult. I mean, Zelsis is just using that just to try and survive. Up through mid, though. That is creeping. Leaf still that backstab play occurring. And this is the danger, as you mentioned, but there's still 27 seconds to play with Bang. Gonna be the playmaker once more. He's been doing it over and over again. Time. It's going to be at the back of his mind, but he doesn't know where Leaf is still creeping. He can't really hard commit to these players that are working their way over towards B. Plant, out towards Cliff. Deep flash, dodged. And Leaf's still there, he's holding it down, out forwards, Bang, creeping closer, onto the side now, and he's applying pressure of his own. He's trying to get Sentinel straight back into this fight, but sidestepping. It's good movement from Jonah P. Caught with a reload out into the open, and Jonah P and Zelsis forced to do a lot into this spot, and the backstab finally comes through.
That round is chaos, absolute chaos. Both teams had lost control on that. There was an attempt from G2 to try to commit into A once Zelsis went for the flash. Only Trent ran in. Really rare to see that level of discoordination from G2. And Sen again had that gap through mid where Leaf found a pick. It was anyone's round to take. But Sen had come out with the goods. I mean, this is mad. You do not see G2 make that kind of mistake very often. Bang and John QT do a good job of applying pressure.
No more sign on the mic. You hear me? Give me a fist bump. I just need to...
I won't hear that. What does he need? Probably some tactical adjustment?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds more like an...
I would imagine,
and this is speculation at this point, that it's a little similar to what we were talking about earlier in prior games. Do you remember we showcased this clip of Narrate after they won the game against Loud, and he was like, I can't win these fair fights. Yeah. Like, I think a lot of the way that Narrate is emotionally attached to the game is attached to his own performance and his ability to win fair gun duels. How many fair gun duels has Narrate taken on defense? He keeps getting timing by a player up mid.
Yeah.
So like Narrate's job is to plug the gap in mid, and he keeps having somebody like Jorg or Leaf take a timing against him. So if I had to speculate, I think Narrate's just saying, like, I need some fair fights in mid. I need you guys to actually clear this gap with me. And then I'll stop sighing on the microphone.
Yeah. And this is Sen calling the timeout despite winning that last round and Could be many reasons for it. Honestly, it could be the chaos of that round. I mean, Sen just hits the panic button, Kaplan.
It's the mid gap. I'm telling you, it's the mid gap. Even in that round that they won just then in round 17, there's an enormous mid gap, and Narrate is clearly not happy about having to deal with it himself. And I would agree. I don't think they're doing a good job of defending against it. So, what's the adjustment from Kaplan? Are they going to fight mid? Are they going to op mid?
Looks like it. I mean,
Narrate is just going to tuck himself into here.
So they know the gate crash is only going up on the left side of mid. I think the plan might just be smoke up when they hear it, play anti-flash, see if they can peek, and this time, okay, it's a committal with a dimensional drift, so there's no punish in sight, and Jorgemo's going to be getting a lot of information. This is a different twist into it, despite the adjustments that Sen are trying to make. It's a fault line going its way forward. Jorgemo needs to really respect, I think, that they've got a variety of players just tapping away with the bullets there, crossing them up onto the angles. Leaf has been dealt with. He was cut up onto the side. There's still no plant here for G2. Time has been bought for these Sen players, and they are rapidly approaching. Hold on, there's a timing!
Oh, what a play.
Jorgemo's ahead of it. Drone at his feet, not worried about it. No defense inside, and with that heaven control, an extra difficulty now. Lay it down for the Sen retake, especially with the op into the hands of Zekken. He has to be a passive player. It's the rest of his team now that need to step up, and Bank does so. He's forward onto the site now, making sure to apply that pressure evenly, but they still need to worry about this heaven player, and they might be trying to catch him here onto the timing, and yes, Narrate's caught him. Here's the danger, spamming down onto them. It's bullets raining from above. Narrate can stick this one. The smokes into their faces, and what is the next option? It's a pull. Still got half though. These players are so low. Wait a minute, wait a minute! Trent is pulling off just an absolute miracle. Despite the win con, Second has no choice just to watch from the sidelines here and try and survive away from the sphere, but just encased by it. There's no saving that operator.
And that's a pretty big problem for Sentinels, because now their eco's in a really rough spot too. Zekken's one away from Bladestorm. Maybe they can make a play for an orb. But it's all of the chip damage that was done earlier that allows the spam to come through. The spam is really unreliable now, but it's a good plant position. And look at that. I mean, that's not over mic. You've got to remember that the coaches are not live to the players in that spot. So Kaplan's not worried about throwing off the team morale, but even from the snippet we heard earlier, you know that Sen are starting to feel very frustrated about this, despite being in the lead. It's a weird spot. They're in the lead, but they're almost more frustrated than G2 are right now.
They can feel the momentum slipping away from them. The money in this round, not great. Inside the smoke, G2 got to be aware of the fact that there is some danger here, and yet you can see Bang, he's trying to replenish the smoke that he was in. Just gets caught with the random spam. That's underhanded. Did he blind himself? Oh, what's happening? They're chasing the kills down. G2 not really willing to let anybody on Sen survive, and decision made for them. Don't want to give away too many more ults when G2 are so much closer to it. I mean, 2 away. Got to try and play for the long con here, but
makin seru di sini 9-10.
Into this half.
They certainly are. Now, previous round, they had a game plan. Kaplan gave them a game plan coming out of the TAC timeout, but they couldn't really execute it because Jorgemo had Yoru ult. So it just broke whatever they were trying. Do they go back to that game plan? Are they going to stick with what their coach told them, or do we see an adjustment? They have a lot of ultimates, but Sen's comp, I don't know, like your Omen ult and your Bladestorm aren't necessarily doing too much unless Zeken's frying. But the Cosmic Divide is definitely going to put a bit of a difference into the retake.
Heavy stack of players from Sentinels. Fault line, 2 of them stunned up. In through the smoke as well, trying to take these timings, and they're fighting ahead of it. This is a difference. Sen trying to take it, a bit of argy-bargy onto the side. Jonah P just spots the top of the cranium, but not expecting the backstab. Narrate was there, ready with open arms.
Heavy stack on B. G2 not ready for it. They were expecting, I've got to imagine, Sen to be more worried about mid, based on the conditioning prior. Sen are like, nah, we'll just fight them. Where we hear noise, we will simply fight them, and then we'll cover the lurk timing later. This should be unwinnable for G2.
With the spike drop down into the open, they've got Celsius, I believe, taking contact just at the slightest of jiggles. Sees it. And here's the... Oh, wait a second. Narrate losing that fight.
That's a whiff.
It adds difficulties.
The flank, though. The flank from John.
Yeah. He's got to be the savior for them. They can't stop the plant, but they still have a very good chance of winning this round, assuming the timing is taken. He missed him. Missed him into the corner. Well, Armageddon's not going to give away the position. It's going to push them straight into his grasp, though, and it's intelligent at that. It's the major benefit of it. Oh, and John, he's lucky to be alive there, but with it, he gets the information he was looking for. They know where Trent is. Stunned up, out into the corner. Still loses it, but it's an impossibility at this point. Cliffside plant, full stick, full presence of mind that Sen are able to get up to 11.
Let's see if this game plan continues from Sentinels. They're 2 away. 2 rounds away from being able to take both map picks from G2 with really nice ideas. But most of the preset ideas came in the first half, and now they're kind of scrambling. It's a lot of improv stuff, audible calls, trying to figure out and adapt on the fly. So far, though, the adjustment in that round that worked was heavy fight the site, tried to flood in, tried to anchor, stack the site that G2 are going for, and worry about the mid lurk later. If Leaf realizes that, he might be able to find a quicker lurk time, and there's always a counter. It just comes down to identifying what your opponents are going to be doing. That is not where he wanted the trademark. He was trying to clear out a potential push-up.
And that timing's been missed for him, so... Still going to be taking it. He's lurking his way up through mid. Like you said, Sen are just willing to give up the entirety of that middle section. Trust that they can flood defend in time if the hit does start to come in. I mean,
early.
It's slow going for G2. Early drone.
Early drone. And now they don't have much to re-clear mid. They're going to have to do it with bodies.
Drone forwards. Race cut to the side. That's a rolling thunder that will be connecting. Still survives, still stays. Teven onto the corner. He's going to be TPing. Repositions. In through the smoke as well. He's cut up the ankles. They don't know where this guy is playing from. It's a pivot. And Jorgemo's still trying to play this one forwards, but Lee finally takes that timing. Up to go straight through mid. Can't win the fight out though from those straggling players, and Sentinels have an opening. A window for them. Valorant forced to get off that plant. It's danger there with the salvos raining down from above, but John is low. Knives in the hands of Zekken. What is the play they're going to cook up in this spot? Cosmic Divide. This is going to force Sen forwards. Gives Valin that space to reposition. Playing himself a little bit back. There's a dash forwards. It was saved just for this. One with a stun, anything to try and coordinate this attempt, and they have cleared up most of the side. They've got to know these players playing behind Pillar.
It's not a good plan.
Not really. They have to double up now and take this fight towards them, but still no kills that could be earned by G2. Despite it not being a good plan, time is ticking. It's getting away from Sentinels here. They need to force the issue. Salvos out wide, that's what they were waiting for! And it's right out of rifle. Is that time?
Yes.
Just about.
Tons of time here for Sen to be able to get it across the line.
My God.
What patience from Sen.
Anjing segitu, Cok. Tejo, Cok. Lu lihat tuh, Tejo anjing.
Clock to spare. And they used all of that time to wait for John's util to come back online.
Yeah.
They used the stun updraft dash to clear any post-plant positions that were going to be close. And then the salvo pushes everybody into both of the Sen players on the retake.
Insane levels of discipline required to wait that out when the time is ticking at that degree.
Yeah,
a difference of a second, you're waiting for the cooldown to come back on.
I mean, an incredible spray transfer too from John, who's been amazing in this series. He has looked so good.
Sen up to 12. One more step is all they need to take the lead in this best-of-5 grand finals.
Jorgemo going for the Euroworld up mid again.
He's looking for that information.
Hasn't found Narrate.
Yeah, spots the one. Clear out most of the way towards Heaven as well.
Full retake. Now you're playing this against a Cosmic Divide from Bang, so on-site post-plant positions are probably going to be required.
They're picking it out like they are somewhat aware, but G2, a couple of players off onto the side as a Cosmic Divide to split them up, and that's why Trent is playing up and close and personal. The full line, just a slight whiffage, but still the kills are raining down upon them. Jorgemo ETP back into the spawn angle, I believe. Tried to cut it up behind them. It dealt with it, at least partially. The salvos now drop down onto the cliffside. Slide down the way! Drop down! And Trent has no choice but to just fire a last-ditch effort. Anything to survive this. John's found the kill. Second under the fuse, the slightest of taps, and Jonah B is nowhere near. It's inevitable, and with him falling, Sentinels take the lead.
That's an unreal map. So much scrambling on the fly, and you heard it from inside Sen's comms themselves, so they themselves didn't believe the full way. I mean, trying to make sure that everybody's mental is on track, and rebounding, calling, getting input from the coaches. and yet they find those hidden reserves to push it across the line towards the end. The pistol desperately needed too to set them on the right track. But a 13-9 victory, upsetting G2 on the 2 maps so far in the BO5 that they picked. Sen have got their eyes firmly on that trophy, and Zelsis, from what we've heard in the comms, in the ship beautifully.
Yeah.
Iya, Tejo anjing.
Lu soalnya.
Enggak, dari circle gue semua dia yang pertama. Itu gue baper.
Iya.
Perkara gue ngomong King is back banyak yang iri. Nah, itu bukan iri ya. Ya seru-seruan aja nggak sih emang dari awal kan kita nggak RP di sini.
Iya.
Itu juga disuruh Yuka, mas. Ngomong mas, the king is back gitu. Dia seru aja. I've never claimed myself as a king. Seingat gua. Tapi yang gue seneng, I can give opportunity to
banyak orang.
Ya. Ke mereka pekerja, karyawan, tim, kru, GoFood dan Gojek yang setiap hari datang ke sini itu sekitar 40 sampai 50. Gua nggak bohong.
UMKM yang kita beli setiap hari.
Yang kita beli setiap hari. Belum lagi ini, apa namanya? Kayak yang kalau donat promoin all shopnya.
Iya.
Itu. Jadi ya gitu. Ya anak yatim piatu di season 1. Oh ya, untuk ini juga Stream jangan don't worry karena kita bakal ada charity juga. Tapi nanti ya, charity-nya nanti dulu. Karena kita di sini harus menyelamatkan diri kita sendiri dulu nih.
Tuh.
Sorry banget. Karena seperti yang kita udah bilang kemarin, modalnya kan gede kan. Kita harus selamatin diri kita sendiri dulu. Ketika itu udah atau nggak mendekati, we will do it pasti. Dan juga di bulan puasa udah pasti.
Iya.
Karena ada SOTR, sahur on drop. Gitu.
Gue jadi pengen main ini anjing. Main kalau.
Nggak bisa tahu tuan rumah. Gitu. Yeah, so many things, so many good things happen here. I feel grateful. Ya, semoga ini lanjut terus. Dan gue nggak minta makin gede sih. Karena kita aja nggak expect acting class bisa sebesar itu.
Iya.
5 kg ya of course udah pasti gede kemarin.
Kita expect lah itu.
Itu expect lah. Cuma kalau acting class kita nggak expect sih. Kita nggak expect sama sekali. Semoga bisa kelarin milestone. Sama apa? Ya sehat. Alat gym bakal gue pindahin within this week, which is ini kan minggu kan. Kayaknya hari ini gue pindahin deh. Taruh mana ya kira?
Lantai atas sih mas.
Gue takutnya kalau kejauhan. Gini, kenapa gue taruh yang di rumah, yang di sana itu di ruang tamu? Karena itu tempat main gue waktu sebelum ada studio.
Masalahnya kalau misalnya di sini,
situ kan bisa.
Agak gede tuh, makan space tuh.
Di sini?
Gak bisa sih.
Gak bisa ya?
Itu gede sih mas sebenarnya. Gede.
Garasi. Garasi takutnya nanti kalau kayak tamu kayak kemarin serame 5 kg kita butuh space buat mobil.
Sebenarnya sih
atas
space mobil kalau misalnya nggak di garasi nggak dipakai buat ini sebenarnya bisa aja, karena di depan pun sebenarnya masih bisa kan. Ini depan bisa 2 mobil, nggak segitunya sebenarnya
sih, tapi nggak ada sirkulasi udara kontol.
Iya, makanya
jelek banget tuh.
Sebenarnya paling match found karena space-nya sangat banyak di atas.
Yang kayu itu kan? Yang
kayu atau nggak ya gimana lah, pokoknya yang kayu lah, depan toilet situ lah, itu kan kosong tuh.
Bisa.
Sebenarnya itu.
Sampean gue bulking anjing. Udah bulking lagi ini mah. Gendut
tuh bukan bulking.
Udah bukan bulking lagi anjing.
Gendut ini.
Gendut ngentot. Naikin atasnya setengah mati. Enggak guys, kan bisa dipretelin. Kan
dirakit lagi di atas.
Di atas dirakit lagi. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, I guess. Thank you to all of you. Baru semalam banget gue bilang di grup. Gue bilang guys, ini stream udah bukan gede lagi. Gue bilang bolanya udah terlalu liar. Iya kan? Bolanya udah terlalu liar. Gue udah nggak tahu arahnya bakal kemana, udah bakal ada apa. Sama juga ke depannya. Gue juga belum tahu bakal ada apa. All we can do itu cuma bisa doing the best and give the best entertain to all of you.
Ini nanya tuh, sisa waktu live stream kalau misalnya pas lebaran kan sebelum lebaran kan kita berhenti nih, misalnya nih, terus masih ada sisa waktu, dilanjutin atau enggak ke season berikutnya? Enggak.
Why is no one wearing the pulse monitors I gave you?
Pengen main.
I asked for a few readouts and you think I'm Dr. Frankenstein.
What's up, guys?
Running.
Locating target. One suppressed. That was clean.
No more sofa.
60 right now.
That's done. Here. Drop in a smoke. Here.
Spike planted.
Last player
Target
standing.
down.
One enemy remaining.
All missiles away.
No peeking. One downside to being immortal. I can't play dead.
Gue kalau muter ke sana sempet ya tadi. Masih muter tuh. Jauhan.
Time to jump.
Reloading.
That's a kill.
Grounded.
There.
Last player standing.
One down.
Drop in a smoke.
30 seconds left.
Spike planted. My ultimate is ready. All missiles away. This is how it ends.
Cing bisa tembusin ngentot.
Their tech is only as good as their skill. And there we have some beats. Reloading. Reloading.
Vamos.
Right here.
All of you.
Enemy spotted A. Spike carrier down. Reloading.
Spike down B.
I got the spike. That's you, pal.
Najis tuh. Takut banget dah.
Many
Enemy spotted B.
30 seconds left.
Hi. Bye.
Doi.
Decoy.
10 seconds left.
No charges left. No peek spike planted.
two spawn.
Tuya.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Mati anjing.
Keep pushing. Tenemos mucho camello.
Take a drop one.
Zero.
I need a drop. Thanks.
You want to play? Let's play.
Surviving.
Enemy spotted. A.
Drone going out. Drone is down. All missiles away. Night munition.
Spike down A.
Oh, be careful.
Watching here.
AT jet.
Last player standing.
Have a hit.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
Watch this. Get out of my way.
Drone
Time
going
to
out.
jump.
Drop some smoke. Blocking sight. Blocking sight. Reloading. One down.
Enemies in the cutting through.
Back. I never left.
The hunt begins.
Behind you, Jet.
Last player standing.
All missiles away. Grenade is live.
I'm nothing like the enemy clothes. I wouldn't be caught dead in that outfit. Let's crack them open.
Nowhere to run!
Anjing.
Spike down B.
Cutting through. Decoy.
I got the spike.
Gago tuh anjing kau itu. Two in B.
Alarm bot
I
out.
think he's going to A.
My ultimate is ready.
Probably connector.
On.
Here.
Oh, dia for me.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Holy shit.
Last player standing.
What the
Killing
fuck?
them is
I
easier
see
than
here,
all these
bro.
radio
You see here for me. What the fuck?
Oh. Why didn't you stay here? Why were you in the open?
Yeah, I'm fix planting. Oh.
I know, I know. Calm down. Calm down.
Right here. Night night.
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
No peeking.
I'm amped. Let's go. I got things to do. Keep up.
Locating targets. One
Placing
suppressed.
sentry. Reload. Yeah.
All missiles away.
Down you go. Enemy spotted B. Right here.
Spike drop.
Reloading. Got the spike.
Many here, many here. One in here. One in here.
Bueno, my ultimate is ready.
Placing swarm grenade.
No peeking.
Grenade is live.
You had your fun. My turn.
Headshot. Placing swarm grenade.
30 seconds left.
Swarm grenade.
Careful. You smoke loh.
Last player standing.
One flying, one billing.
One enemy remaining.
Scan behind.
My ult is ready. Yous don't get a reset button. So stay alive, please.
That's why I was skeptical with fighting.
Reloading.
Yoru, come here. You have ult. You can help team. Holy shit.
Turret out.
Let me look.
Locating targets.
No peeking.
Drone is down.
Drop in a smoke. Enemy spotted A.
All missiles away.
Last player standing.
Make it interesting.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
Reloading. Reloading. This is gonna be fun. Watch this.
I'll handle this.
The hunt begins.
Enemies. I got the spike.
Oh my.
You so scared, Yoru. Holy shit. You make me scared.
Enemy spotted B. No
All
peeking.
missiles away.
Placing alarm bot. Reloading. Right here. Our spike carrier is killed. I got the
Spike down A.
Give me those back.
Last
Spike
player
carrier is
standing.
killed.
The dimensional fabric here is thin. I'll tear through.
Yoru always playing B. They don't know when it A, bro. It's okay.
You're one way.
Yeah, after this, Yoru, you
One way
better.
to be. One way to be.
Yoru, after this, better you play the Sims, okay? Holy shit. I was scared with Indian people, bro.
Enemy spotted A.
Let me run.
Drop in a smoke.
Drone going down.
Nowhere to run. Alarm bot.
Drone is down.
Drop in a smoke. Blocking sight.
Spike planted.
Right here. Right here.
One enemy remaining. Team Ace.
Huh.
Congrats,
Not
Yoru.
bad.
You have to kill, bro.
Last round before the switch.
Hey, hermanos, spend
drop.
everything you have.
Let's go. Placing sentry.
Locating target. One suppressed.
Blocking sight. Get out of my way.
Spike planted.
Right enemy spotted A.
Enemy spotted A.
Adios.
Like I never left.
One survivor.
The hunt begins.
One enemy remaining.
Wait. Let me forget.
Last player standing. Clutch. Switching sides.
I don't care if there are 5 of them or 50 of them.
Let's go.
Aduh anjing.
Turret out.
Help to report Yoru, please. I don't want to play with him again after this.
Watch your step. Drone going out.
Anjing.
No peeking.
Kira.
Enemy spotted. B.
Wait.
Enemy spotted B.
B.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Yikes. That sucks.
You got 4. Now you're.
Circle
Congratulations.
better watch their backs.
Turret out. Victims are not looking.
Locating targets. Drone is down.
Front of me.
All missiles away. All right.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Light munition.
Your biggest mistake was that you pissed me off.
Make peace with yourself before you pull the trigger. No one else can judge you. Weapon here.
Placing sentry.
All missiles away. Locating targets. Drone is down.
Dropping a
Turret
smoke.
destroyed.
No peeking.
Right here. Enemy spotted mid. Right here.
Jet low.
Decoy. Spike spotted mid.
You're done. Back off.
Jet low.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining. Spike
See
down A.
Empty. You know what we should do? I'll tell you. We should win.
Could have a job. Thank you. Placing sentry. You all have guns. Now use them.
Drone going out.
Drop in a smoke.
Stay down.
Drop in a smoke.
Alarm bot down.
All missiles away. I'll take it. Light ignition. Con todos los guayos.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Flawless.
Flawless. What did they expect?
I reckon I'll take a tip after this. I've earned it.
Turret out. Let's go. Multiple enemies B.
The hunt begins.
Placing swarm grenade. Enemy spotted B.
All missiles away. The ultimate is ready.
Spike down B.
Right
Spike
here.
is B.
Careful, careful.
One enemy remaining.
So, this was
Gun
taken.
here. You know, I could just outlive them.
Nah, bullets are quicker.
Sugar, makan bro.
Meow meow.
Beli.
Turret out.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
You want to play? Let's play.
Drone going out.
Enemy spotted A.
Drone is down.
Anjing jadi tompo gitu, Cok. Damn it.
Get out of my way!
I think it's going to be.
Refreshing.
Huh?
Lucky shot, bro.
Huh?
Lucky shot. Still in building.
Recalling my bot.
Thirty seconds left.
Hey. Planting in.
Spike planted.
Alarm bot out.
One here.
Deleted.
Nice.
One link.
One link.
One more, I think, backside or default.
Enemy spotted A.
Yeah.
Two side. Dua dulu.
Last player standing. Thrifty.
I'll pick them apart. You clean up whatever's left.
Try not to die.
All missiles away.
Right here. Drop in a smoke.
This is how it ends. Locating targets.
Goodbye. My ultimate is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Low.
Lawan mah.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left. Spike planted.
You had your fun. My turn.
Team 8.
Well,
My ult is ready. Got this. Placing sentry. I'm here to stay. Alarm bot out.
Locating targets.
Mid.
Turret down.
Many. Anjing. Lagi, tolol banget gitu.
Decoy.
Spike planted.
Nowhere to run.
Last player standing. Match point.
move in after I strike. That's when they win.
Turret out. Davy drop.
Time to jump.
Drone going out. Or suppressed.
Anyone else?
Drop in a
Spike down B.
Placing alarm bot.
Thirty seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Spotted B. No peeking.
Last player standing.
Don't get back up, sweetheart.
Wind, show me where to go.
Can I get this?
Turret out.
All missiles away.
Fake teleport.
Got one. Ah, turret down.
Drone going out.
Right here. Initiated.
Spike planted.
Back like I never left.
Area's clear.
All missiles away.
Oh.
Last player standing. Attackers win.
Anjing, jangan ketemu dia lagi, kek. Siapa nama dia, Cok? Anjing tuh bangsat lu. Anjing turun gue, Cok. Diamond 2 lagi, bangke.
Match found.
Bind.
New weapons. Same war.
I detect an incursion into our world. No, the other team is just very noisy.
You wanna pick?
All missiles away.
Tai.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
When Reyna gets started, it's hard to stop her. I'd like to avoid that, please.
Let's fly.
Drop in a smoke.
All missiles away. Locating target. 4 suppressed.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Long.
Senora Alves, don't get too eager out there with explosives. You'll put me out of a job.
Stop picking.
Locating target. Drone is down. All missiles away.
Here, come here, come. Hey.
Got them.
Spike down A.
The hunt begins.
On cooldown. All missiles away.
Spike planted.
Shut.
One enemy remaining.
Drop in a smoke.
Reloading.
Give me.
Gracias. You see, I can play by the book from time to time.
They messed up. Now we keep them down.
Reloading.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
No peeking. I shot something.
All missiles away.
Reloading.
Tuh kak. Bot.
Camera taken out.
Going back.
Careful now.
Planting.
Sampai kan tiga.
Spike planted. One enemy
Confirmed
remaining.
kill.
Last player standing.
Yo.
I find them. I kill them. Simple as that.
Can I get a drop? Thanks. No more. Watch this.
Drone going out.
Found you. Target down. My ult is.
All missiles away.
Like I never left.
Enemy spotted A.
ครบยังอ่ะ
Spike down A.
เดี๋ยว
Spike spotted.
Holy shit.
Grenade is live.
Last player standing.
Oh, nada. My ultimate is ready. This is how it ends.
Spike planted.
My bad.
You say something? Sorry, ear's still ringing. Could I have a drop? I don't quit.
Have a drop.
Grenade. Drop in a
Hey.
smoke.
All missiles away.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
order fresh.
Last player standing.
They will scurry, and then they will die.
Weapons up, comms open.
Get out of my way!
Kirby. Oh, is it?
I can use smoke here. Copy.
I've got your trail.
The hunt begins.
All missiles away.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted
One down.
My territory!
Last player standing.
Two, you.
One enemy remaining.
That's three.
Where?
Race it to the spike site.
Cyphers, I think, Cypher.
We'll bring it back.
Can you smoke here?
Locating targets.
Easy.
Nailed them. Night.
All missiles away.
I have a door.
Someone is A.
Stay.
I found my wire.
All missiles away.
Spike down A. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Live munition.
No peeking.
Suspect. Holy! How can he always cannot die?
I
The
can't see
fuck,
them
man?
yet, but I can feel them getting ready.
Ih, sumpah lah, itu orang laki banget, Cok. Tai lah.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
My eyes are down.
missiles away.
Spike down
Be
B.
faster. My ult's ready. Spike spotted B.
Last player standing.
No peeking.
One enemy
On
remaining.
cooldown.
Spike planted.
On cooldown. All missiles away. Grenade is live.
We know more than we did before.
Let's use that.
Anjing gua pagi fun banget anjing mainnya kon. Tai.
Lo tenemos, hermanos.
I've got your trail.
Watch this.
The hunt begins.
This is how it ends.
Spike down A.
Go get him.
Last player standing.
Kenapa sih dapetnya kayak gini-gini?
Well, ballistics set up easy kills. And if they don't, of course, you can't complain if you're dead.
Tai. Udah ketemu Yoru gak jelas, kadang ketemu
By any means necessary. Locating targets. Drone is down.
Stay down. Enemy spotted B. Ouch!
On me, on me.
One enemy remaining. Spike down
Like
B.
I never left.
stay safe, bro. Stay safe.
I think long.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Holy shit.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Cage triggered.
Blood. Last round in the half.
You want to survive? Bring the right gun.
my way.
Careful.
Drone going out.
Dropped. Enemy spotted A.
3 suppressed.
Drop in a
All missiles away. Grenade is live.
Reload.
Headshot.
One enemy remaining. Switching sides.
Give me a moment. I need to set back up.
All missiles away. Locating target.
Multiple enemies A.
Drone is down.
See ya!
Two bedroom. Gobi.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Remember, I hit them with explosives, then you go in. No la vayan a cagar.
I dropped a spike.
Close.
I got locating targets.
Reloading. Enemy spotted A.
Drone is down.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading. Grenade.
Spike planted.
Bomb buddy out.
Zelo you are. Bot you are.
Live munition.
Go Tejo Kim.
One enemy remaining.
No way. We're the same.
Weapon here.
Reloading. Aye, where to? Spikes here. Grab a drop.
Where are you?
All missiles away.
Reloading.
Dropping smokes.
Reload.
Drone going out.
Get it.
One suppressed.
Reloading. Blocking sight.
Grenade is live.
Oops.
Planted the spike.
Reloading.
Heaven.
Both of there. One here.
One enemy remaining.
City
Right
last.
here.
Nice.
We can stand around all day talking about killing them, or we just do it.
Can I get a drop?
Close.
Thanks.
Close.
Guys, come on. The spike.
Watch your step.
Spike
I got the spike. All missiles away.
Dropping smoke.
Drone going out.
Feeling FAI. Ooh, reloading.
Back này. One city à? Hả?
I've got your trail.
Copy. Both A.
Go back.
Spike planted.
Both of there, both. Hook. Both of there. Playing time. I'm playing for you.
One enemy remaining.
We're here because we're the best. Don't any of you forget that.
All missiles away.
Grenade! Dropping smoke.
One locating target.
Headshot.
One suppressed.
Spike
I
down
got the
A.
spike.
Just flank. We don't have trap.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
That's three.
Oh, 80.
30 seconds left.
Spike planted. My ultimate is ready.
No peeking.
All missiles away.
Dropping a smoke.
This is how it ends.
Clutch.
My ult is ready. Listen up, you muckers. If I don't get back up, just give me a nudge. I might not be dead, just taking a recap.
Cypher. Give me.
Now,
Trap.
where to set
Trap
up
up.
shop? I have
I
dropped the
got the
spike.
spike.
Enemy spotted me.
All missiles away.
Reloading.
Drone going out.
Where is everyone hiding?
One suppressed.
Để lâu chưa à? Sky back side.
Spike planted.
Bye.
My territory, my rules.
My eyes are down.
One enemy remaining.
Vô hòa là vô.
Here.
Ammunition.
Reload.
Tôi tiêu vô hòa tiêu.
On cooldown.
Don't be spending spending too many brain cells figuring them out.
Bentar.
Overthinking is
Request,
just
request.
as bad as underthinking.
It's okay.
Spike.
And the spike's still in base.
Get on with it.
All missiles away. That's a kill.
Dropping
Middle.
bomb buddy out.
Drone going out.
Multiple enemies A.
One suppressed.
Satchel out.
One enemy
Sniper,
remaining.
Why you cannot trap?
Flawless.
Trap.
Now that was a work of art.
No, it's okay. Lately, don't usually.
Remember, no one wants to die out here. Well, you don't always get what you want.
I know. Okay, chill.
I need to blow something up.
Locating target.
Dropping smokes.
Get out of my way!
Drone is down. All missiles away. Grenade is live.
See.
Like I
Spike
never
down
left.
A.
That was good.
Lam.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I have retrieved the spike.
Go.
This should be simple enough. I flushed them out, you finish them.
Request.
I have money if you need. I
got the spike.
Enemy spotted A.
Locating target.
Blocking sight.
Anjing musuh mati kok.
The hunt begins.
Okay. Begini.
Last player standing.
Do what you're here to do, and we won't have a problem.
Wait. Fake B and we go in. Okay, fake B and we go in. Just fake. They don't make I think. Wait.
I will find you.
Let me go.
You had your fun. My turn.
Go los guayos.
No problem. Just city.
Not 20.
Jet B.
One enemy remaining.
Take care. Jet city.
planted.
Yo.
All missiles away. Light munition.
Reloading.
If they think it is more honorable to resist death, they're welcome to try.
But up.
I need this. My thanks.
Get out of my way!
Drone going out. One suppressed.
I want to leave!
All missiles away.
I've got your trail. Reloading. Battle out. My territory is mine!
Hey, destroy.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Ready.
Ooh, nice.
I took care of it.
Match point.
This is it.
Bad up.
I need this. My thanks.
Okay.
Ah, no. I have out.
Alright, muckers. Off we go.
This is how it ends.
Reloading.
Drone going out.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
One frag.
One enemy remaining. Flawless. Attackers win.
Que nota.
Aku.
Oh, let's get something to eat.
Can't clear bricks as Jorg is doing.
Gitu
Worried
kan
we cleared
menang
those
kan,
for
bener
Sentinels.
kan?
Yeah. Was working on split. Can it work again? They're going for it. Grouped up. Shield popped. Paints the picture. It's obvious right now for G2, but despite how obvious it is, you have to hit back and you have to fight back. Sentinel's not willing to go down without a fight, not just yet. To escape from this one without giving away too many more kills because they have that player advantage. Cautious and respectful from G2, just trying to control the aggression from Sen. Didn't want to take too many unnecessary risks, but now they're going to have to do something. Down 3v4, using that to break the trip. The drone partially avoided still. It's good, John just playing back now, and the plan is retake over towards A. He's got the kill, he's played his life. Individually, no reason to overcomplicate it. Individually, these initiator players on both teams are playing really well. Trent now, Armageddon online. I don't see how they could get this done. Should be Sentinels getting up to 5, especially because they're going to have full info on where these post-plant players are. Did Zika miss the clearance? I'm not too sure. As a dart. Rebounding round the back and spam into the smoke. They got to know and expect it, yeah. So, Dimensional Drift was essentially able to make that one just a walk in the park themselves. Sen, still here, still breathing. Finding value off the re-clear. They're going to need many more of those. So many more of those. But Narrate didn't have a chance to use his ISO ultimate here. So he's still got that available.
One enemy remaining.
And
in a larger macro sense as well. They haven't really been exploring what Zellsis is up to.
One round at a time. Come on now.
Zellsis has been putting a trip garage and then a cam to also watch garage. So when the trip gets broken by Trent Salvos, he still has info. Now this round, they've swapped it over, and he's defending on A. Are they trying to get value from the ISO ult early?
What is this? Decision making for Bang. He's forced to just make the decision right here now. Still, he knows that the players cross past that threshold, and it is returned with a fire and a trade in sight. Bang dropped. Deep drone in. Could have been an incredible play to make.
Oh, Narrate used his shield, so he felt incentivized to use the ultimate, and he just sent it too late.
It's gone.
On an area that G2 had already evacuated. He does look a little uncomfortable on the ISO. Been a while since he played Duelist.
G2 happy to run rings around them. Within the chaos, they might thrive, and they might even be able to get that thrifty win still. Okay, there's a dart at Hunter's Fury. It's all going to be used to stem the bleeding here for Sen. Cam as well. Look, you can play for this one to the retake. Give it a spam onto the corner just in case. Trying to time it right.
Double flank. They're not thinking about this, surely. John completely caught unaware.
Yeah. So bullet to the back of the head for Trent. Valorant steps forwards, only earns himself the one, but Sight given up. Zekin with the rifle. Locks it all the way down. Safety in numbers, and Sen had it.
G2, they are 2 rounds away from getting that elusive trophy, and yet Sen are starting to put the rounds together. That's now 3 retakes, 3 defuses in a row. And what a play for Bang to begin the round. I mean, you could see him stuck, not used to that. Had to make a decision. These are the last of G2's reserves. The piggy bank, it's running dry. Probably they're going to run a fast round here because Jorgamo has the Yoru ult online.
Yeah.
Sen should be able to read that.
They should. But we'll find out and we'll see. It's 2 players lined up out towards mid. Just the one spotted. Wait a second. Bait on the end of a stick. Gonna be calling for the pings as well. Dart, fault line, an attempt from Jorgamo. He's got a worry, and he seems to expect that play was occurring. The squeeze, trying to turn it onto him. Still, it's all the way out through C. You got Util out into the hands, and Narrate with a shield. Can't overstep himself here. If he goes into the Thorns, he loses it anyway, but the duration just running out. It's a nice little Util combo still. They're not out of danger just yet. G2 have control of this one. It's a lot of Util expended. That paranoia sweeps its way through. No play to take space, though, not from Sen. I believe they're going to get stalled out, and they are. Slowed down, reclearance out into garage. Might just come down to these fights that are taken. Dart rebound. Zekun was almost alone when he's taking that one. And these players are falling. Sen to do a lot here. Clearing the way forwards. Jorgamo is low. The dash, or at least the flash, is going to be broken here. Cut it up. Leave cannot do it here. Leaving it down to Jorgamo. TP up on above. Jorgamo hears it. He expects it. But in a 1v2,
they are doing it. Sen are bringing this one back. 5 seconds that they still had to play with there. The retake coordination is great. The vulnerable into the shock dart is lovely too. But the way that they're playing off each other and the spacing here, pretty brilliant. Bang and John Cutie even setting up the high-low.
Go, let's go.
Trent having 20 kills on the other side, and Sen still believe. G2 forced to take a tactical timeout. They're getting owned by these retakes, honestly. And it's strange because Leaf has Thorns down in the post plant. Narrate can't really get in with his shield. It's not the ISO that's necessarily providing all the value. It's the players coming in afterwards. And G2, I think, not quite setting up enough ideas for themselves. No garage reflanks, for example, on a round like that. They can't really fight post-plant aggression because they're trying to use the Thorns to keep the other team out from flood defending. It's starting to get concerning, actually. G2 may have just taken their eyes off the prize for a moment.
We got a glance at it, but you're exactly right here for G2. We know how much this means to them. Valorant's talked about it. They're confident coming into this season. They know that they're one of the best, if not the best team in Americas, but it's about how you prove it here and now in this grand finals. And for Sentinels themselves, listen, the mood has almost flipped. You wouldn't expect Sentinels to be down this many rounds with the way that they're acting after these rounds and the replays themselves. They know it's one round at a time.
At the same time, though, anything can happen. And these eco situations are often where the team with lower economy just throws caution to the wind. Sen, though, look like they're set up pretty to deal with this.
Odin primed and ready. It's going to be a Thorns straight towards the back of the site. It's going to be cutting off the exit route. Sen, we'll see if they just try and hold their ground into it. That's a TP forwards. Dismissed. Right there.
I like what they're going for here with the high-low setups. Right in front with a shield. Bang, Ward's playing up top. Bit of danger dismissed. And leaving Cypher utility with Zekken on the opposite side of the map to hold things down. I think G2 do need to be doing a bit more of this slow defaulting to get rid of Zelsys utility.
Through the back though, they're just looking for a plant at this point. Zelsys, okay, sidestep, Valen's there. Still forcing them back in the Thorns. Sound cues are given off to G2, but it's just two players, what can they do? And it's accounted for, at least without angles. Zelsys wraps it all the way around. Leaf is right there behind them. Player down into mids, he's turned it into a 1v2. Up in the hands of Zekken. Spike, drop down. It's going to be the win com here for Sentinels. Leaf does not expect it, surely not, and yeah. Zekken just creeps around the corner. Locked in. Ready to take this all the way if necessary.
5 rounds in a row, and the gap down to 3. G2, at this point, barely in the lead. And certainly if they lose this round, in a super precarious position. They know that Zekken has an operator. G2 need to navigate that. They also need to be worried about the info that Zelsys is consistently applying. But they have ults to work with. Does that break the trip? Yeah, it does. So no kill trip over towards A long.
Zekken contemplating whether they wanted to step up to this, but you don't know if they've taken up control towards A, and G2 have. Drone's going to be used in a forward position. Everybody grouped up. There is no pivot option here for G2. It's all in. They're sending it flying forwards now. Steel Garden on top of it. Cut to the corner. Zekken! Zekken! Like a thief in the night. Inside the cage. He turned himself and his team an opening pick. Bang! Within that chaos, this man, of course, is going to be thriving. The windows of opportunities that are being created by his teammates. And they're ready to run this one all the way to another round win. 2 left to stand from G2. How often have these players been in this spot? Valen and Jonah P. The rate's gone. There's a dimensional drift now to set the pace and change the tide of the fight potentially, but Jonah P's in himself. That roll in Thunder inside through short, down to the 1v1. Valen, he's low enough. Tiniest of margins is what this lies on. Could it be 12 or could it be Sentinels in control of once again another round? John QT, there's no tap, there's no hiding it. It's half earned. He wants to stick it! And Valen punishes!
It's always these unexpected moments where the team in the lead somehow halts momentum. That's a spot where Sen, I think, had a slam dunk retake. Jonah P was flashed up. Zekken's blind hit him full to the face, and Narrate was flanking short. I don't know how they whiffed that. I don't know how they weren't able to get the kill on the Professor. And then IGL v IGL, Valen takes it down. They're up to tournament point here in America's kickoff.
And all it's going to take is one. G2 playing empowered. There's passion behind them. Slow and steady, though. Not going to be losing track of the discipline that's led them this far in the best of 5 series. Zekken, he's forwards. He needs to respect that drone. He breaks it. TP's back out. There's danger there if he gets caught with a suppression, but reclear protocols of G2 now coming through.
Needs to be perfection from Sentinels. Somehow they've made me believe. It looked like they were so out of it. It looked like the trophy was already in G2's hands. Senna going for a mid-reclear, caught by the flash.
Dodge just in time, there's no threat behind it. Zelsys steps forwards, he's only got a stinger in hands. Sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard for his team, but he's looking for mid-round information.
This is a disaster.
Sen have got the wrong idea completely on this one.
Entirely the wrong read. The C site is utterly open. Zelsys needs one here, and he might just get timing by Leaf. This is brutal in Garage.
What timing is he even looking for? Cosmic Divide drops it down. Trent going for the plant as well, and it has to be that retake by Sen. None the wiser, and they're only just going to realize it. They're going to be late to the party. It's essential that Zelsis locks down his garage control just to make it a little bit more easy onto the retake. And Leaf is taking it into a completely different direction. Time has already been burnt off the clock here. G2, this is their time to shine. The trophy that they've been hunting for. All lies on this. The retake coming through. Zelsis watching for the flank. Leaf has been down and out. And the feed is filling up with blue. Jorgamo locking it down, crash up to the corner. And this is a rapid approach indeed. Sentinels not to be pushed back.
The retake attempt was so late, but so well orchestrated. The coordination from Sentinels, the spacing and the timing, it looks like last year. It looks like when they were at their tippity top and relied so heavily on these retakes to get back in. G2, because Bang is always alive in these spots, feel like they have to play on site. Narrate can't believe how easy that was. G2, broken economy. They had a tournament point. 4 chances, down to 3. And honestly, round 20 was the exception. Other than that, it's been domination from Sen on the defense side of Haven. G2 are gonna have to pick themselves back up.
On the backside of this timeout, but that is so damn hard. Money's not there for them, as you mentioned, and they've spoken about it in interviews. Going up against Sen, the 6th man has turned up. The crowd buff potentially active. It's a lot to overcome when you hear the stage vibrating, the roar of the crowd over every single misstep and mistake that you make on the stage.
If G2 allow themselves to dwell on that, then the choking question will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If they do lose this with 4 tournament points, all of those same questions are going to come crashing down. The closer Sen get to overtime, the more G2 are going to be mentally out of the game. This round, you don't have to think about it too hard if you're G2. Send it in a little bit, see if you can get some big ults online. Learn what you can, do what you can. And then round 23, see if you can lock things up. But for Sentinels, they've got to be perfect, and that just isn't.
It's a missed opportunity at that. Bit of spam coming through onto either side of this one. The shield is immediately gone. Okay, you're pulled into my world now. Narrate wants to take this fight straight to them. Okay, rewarded. Shield online. Waits until the final moment. It's an aftershock as they were trying to predict that location. Narrate is the one to salvage the operation. Could have been Diane, it could have gone wrong. But ultimately, it's Sentinels here.
Cleaning up a small error from Bang. A big round from Narrate. But no ISO ult for rifle rounds. Forced to use it on the eco. And as flashy as that is, it's not necessarily a good thing. 2 more opportunities for G2 to close things out and storm the stage, hoist the trophy.
This could potentially be one of the hardest rounds that Sen have ever played. The ults are building. It's a fault line as the salvos postured and pushed them back. Dimensional drift to account for. Jogo's been getting constant information from this. John forced to retreat as well, give up most of this site. Now Zekin, he's still sticking around as an Armageddon. Cuts it up onto the one corner. Up through heaven as well. Jorgamo.
His teleport is in spawn.
What options do they even have? I think they've seen it gliding straight past him. Senna grouping up. They're ready and waiting for this one. Valen with the plant, sticking. They're going to push it back. The Hunter's Fury is delayed.
It's delayed.
Jorgamo! He's into back lines! Jorgamo! He's tearing him a new one. And now Sentinels left to do with just 3 left standing. A player disadvantage. Here's the retake coming through. The blinds are good, but the kills need to be better. And G2 will not be denied. It's a death knell tolls. And for Sentinels themselves, it all lands on the shoulders of Bang. 1 to be fine, but 2 more left standing. G2. Not ready yet. They've been tested, they've been pushed. But the util just makes it almost impossible. TP forwards, 11 HP to his name. Jubilation for G2. The victory that eluded them. A title gained and garnered, finally. They get their win in our grand finals of America's kickoff. What a show, what a way to send these America's teams to Masters Bangkok. And G2 with that kickoff trophy to boot. Fair's fair, Sentinels got the one last year.
Anjing jauh
This
demonya.
year it felt like in 2025,
Menentu baca dia ke situ anjing dapat 2.
time, but my God, were they tested?
Oh yeah.
I thought we were going to see a cleaner victory. They hadn't dropped a map up until the grand finals. But Sen, even when they looked down and out on Haven, when it looked like they hadn't had enough practice with the comp, pushed G2 to their limits. Did not make it easy for them. Not whatsoever. But it's G2 are the ones here standing right now. And they are your America's Kickoff champions. They've been waiting, denied this moment multiple times last year. Incredible. Had to show a lot more than they'll have wanted to, I think, though, heading into a Masters event. Some things to tighten up. But that curse overcame. Absolutely. Unreal stuff from G2. That hefty weight has got to feel good. We're going to send it down to the floor momentarily as well.
All right, everybody, let's keep that going a few more times. Your kickoff grand champions, G2 Esports! I got to get a quick question from each of you, an answer. Josh, usually this is where I say, how proud are you about the team? And feel free to say that. But it looks like you got a pretty international team here, and that grind can be long and tough throughout the year. How does the coaching staff, how do you prepare for a team that's going to continue to bring you to these events?
Ooh, I don't know, but I'll start off with, like, I'm so damn proud of my players and believing in the process. It's been a long one. You know, honestly, it's been like 2 years, maybe 3 years for some of these guys. I'm just so happy that, like, I'm able to, like, give them a path forward to realize their dreams, and mine too.
Well, it's been absolutely amazing, Josh. Congratulations on the win. Jogamo, a world champion. Now you get to lift a title here in North America. When you came to this team, what did you want to make sure you brought to the squad?
Oh, the main thing is I wanted to bring a trophy to these guys. I know they've been working so hard since Ascension, and winning this America's title means a lot to them. So I know that we're going to kill the rest of the year like that.
All right, amazing. Jogamo, congrats on being able to achieve that. Jonah, I got to ask you, we're always watching, people are looking. What are some of the things you can say about your team that we're not seeing outside of the game that are actually making the wins count?
Honestly, it's just our mental. Every round, like, even that last game was very hard. You know, we just have to bring each other up, and like Josh preaches, just fighter mentality every round. So that's it.
All right, congrats on the win. Congrats, Valen. One of the loudest voices out there, always talking, always chatting. You have been grinding as an IGL for this trophy. What does it mean to finally get your team over the line to hold that trophy?
I mean, like, we were back-to-back domestic last year and we lost, so those were like some of the worst feelings I felt, going back-to-back and losing both. And this time means a lot to me because it was so, like, hard-working to get this win. There were times where we felt like they were playing better than us. I mean, even this last game, we're going to come back down, but we pulled through. And, you know, it just gives me a lot of confidence with these boys going into international play that I'm not the curse, because they won Spotlight without me, and I was like, dude, am I the curse for grand finals? And if we lost today, I would have been convinced, but I'm not, so.
Never, man. Well, congratulations on the win. I'm glad that's confirmed for you now. Leaf, this is actually pretty nice. I like this. One singular Leaf, one singular trophy, as it should be, as you have been fighting for. I got to ask you, you're all about the mechanics. Everybody's always saying you're one of the best players, but you're also watching a lot of VODs. Who are you most excited to play when you get to Bangkok?
Probably Vitality.
Okay, why is that?
I mean, we scrimmed them when they were here in America, and I mean, I feel like in terms of raw firepower and like potential, I think they're the only people that rival us in the game.
All right, awesome. Congrats on the win. I'm gonna fist underball. All right, Trent. One of the longest on the team, also one of the youngest on the team. I remember when you first played on the LAN, it was kind of like, oh my God, Trent can't have music. Can Trent play without music? But that wasn't even the case. You've changed so much. For you though, what has been the biggest change? How has Trent grown?
I think the coaching staff and like all my teammates have helped me grow a lot, and you know, just learning to get fundamentals down, playing with my team, better my utility, just all-around player, really.
What's it feel like to lift a trophy in front of your parents, your family?
Feels very good. Shout out to them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your kickoff grand champions, G2 Esports! Don't go anywhere. We have the Stage 1 draw show for a little sneak peek into the action we're about to get in Stage 1. Stick with us.
Ininya penentu banget sih.
Closer Sen get to overtime, the more G2 are going to be. Sentinel
the ults are building. The fault line is a salvos. Postured and pushed them back. Dimensional drift to account for. Jogo's been getting constant information from this. John forced to retreat as well, give up most of this side. Now Zekin, he's still sticking around as an Armageddon. Cuts it up onto the one corner. Up through heaven as well. Jorgamo,
his teleport is in spawn.
What options do they even have? I think they've seen it gliding straight past him. Senna grouping up. They're ready and waiting for this one. Valen with the plant, sticking. They're going to push it back. The Hunter's Fury is delayed.
It's delayed.
Jorgamo, he's into back lines. Jorgamo, he's tearing him a new one. And now Sentinels left to do it, just 3 left standing. A player disadvantage. Here's the retake coming through. The blinds are good, but the kills need to be better. And G2 will not be denied. It's a death knell tolls. And for Sentinels themselves, it all lands on their shoulders, a bang. 1 to be fine, but 2 more left standing. G2. Not ready yet. They've been tested, they've been pushed. But a util just makes it almost impossible. TP forwards, 11 HP to his name. Jubilation for G2.
Gila Jorgamo sih.
Jorgamo,
his teleport is in spawn.
What options do they even have? I think they've seen it gliding straight past him. Senna grouping up. They're ready and waiting for this one. Valen with the plant, sticking. They're going to push it back. The Hunter's Fury is delayed.
It's delayed.
Jorgamo, he's into back lines. Jorgamo, he's delayed. They're ready and waiting for this one. Valen with the plant, sticking. They're going to push it back. The Hunter's Fury is delayed.
It's delayed.
Jorgamo, he's into back lines. Jorgamo, he's tearing him a new one.
Sininya epic banget sih anjing di sininya sih.
He's still sticking around as an Armageddon. Cuts it up onto the one corner. Up through heaven as well. Jorgamo,
his teleport is in spawn.
What options do they even have? I think they've seen it gliding straight past him. Senna grouping up. They're ready and waiting for this one. Valen with the plant, sticking. They're going to push it back. The Hunter's Fury is delayed.
It's delayed.
Jorgamo, he's into back lines. Jorgamo, he's tearing him a new one. Jorgamo, he's into back lines. Jorgamo, he's tearing him a new one. And now Sentinels left to do it, just 3 left standing. A player disadvantage. Here's the retake coming through. The blinds are good, but the kills need to be better. And G2 will not be denied. It's a death knell tolls. And for Sentinels themselves, it all lands on their shoulders, a bang. 1 to be fine, but 2 more left standing. G2. Not ready yet. They've been tested, they've been pushed. But a util just makes it almost impossible. TP forwards, 11 HP to his name. Jubilation for G2. The victory that eluded them. A title gained and garnered. Finally, they get their win in our grand finals of America's kickoff.
What a show, what a way to send these Americas teams to Masters Bangkok. And G2 with that kickoff trophy to boot. Fair's fair. Sentinels got the one last year. And this year felt like in 2025, it was G2's time. But my God, were they tested.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to see a cleaner victory. They hadn't dropped a map up until the grand finals. But Sen, even when they looked down and out on Haven, when it looked like they hadn't had enough practice with the comp, pushed G2 to their limits.
Did not make it easy for them.
Gitu guys, kayaknya gue udahan dulu live-nya, lanjut nanti malam ya, gue akan live lagi malam banget kayaknya. Makasih guys, thank you yang udah like, comment, subscribe, thank you. Kita ketemu di next live semua.